YouTube, what's going on today? Saturday? Saturday. I think it's Saturday. It's probably Saturday. It's Saturday. So, we're back in the vape layer. Hope you guys are having a good day. It's early. Sun's out. Playing with the lighting a little bit, so hopefully everything looks pretty good. Got a nice view of the beard in full effect today, so looking good. Oh, we got lots of stuff to talk about. I actually wanted to wait another week to do the video. I was hoping to get my loot crate in, but I haven't gotten it yet. So we're just going to go over a couple things today. God, lots of plans today. Lots of plans. I got a poker game, poker tournament to play. For those who don't know, kind of an amateur at that, but I have won quite a few $1,000s in poker. So I do play poker on my off time. Anyone wants to chat about poker, I'll be happy to chat up about that with you. Half my man cave is decorated with poker stuff. So yeah, I got some of my stuff from Zodist in yesterday. So haven't tried any of that out yet, but I'm pretty pumped to do it. All brand new stuff I've never heard of. And what's cool is they give you the option to say whether you want like a specific milligram of nicotine or if you want to mix it up, which is really cool. And since I do 6 and 12, I got 2 and 12 and 2 and 6. So very cool. We've got some Charlie Noble Siren Song, 28 PG, 72 VG. Very cool. Really nice bottles. Really nice labeling. It looks really clean. It tells you everything on there, the VG content, the milligrams, all the different stuff, your different warnings. It almost looks like a food label. And then we have Charlie Noble Charlie's Custard. So again, same type of label, 12 milligram on that one as well. Very cool. We've got Halcyon Vapors Apache. Now, like this is what I'm used to, is more like a cheaper label. No offense to you at all whatsoever, Halcyon, but just a basic label. You can see there, 6 milligram of that. Again, none of these have descriptions other than the Charlie Noble, so I'm not sure what these are yet. We'll have to look. Vapor Train Locomotive Joe. Very basic label, nothing else on that. So probably a smaller company, USA made, of course. I would hope so. Some very cool stuff. I've also got some new The Bombies, including, which I probably don't have with me, is their new, was it Agent P? I'm going to be vaping some of that right now, my Vulcan. Almost got a dry hit there. Need some juice. Anything else new? I also got the Velvet Cloud Vapors new. They got Monkey Leisure, which I've been vaping, and Thorngerine, which is fantastic. Shout out to them. They've been putting out some great juice over the last couple of weeks. What else do we got? 2 new 18650s are on the way. These new ones off of Amazon. MJ something something. I'll let you guys know what I think about those. These new 35 amp batteries. I think they're $14 for a pair. Pretty cheap. Well, pretty cheap compared to a VTC5 or something like that. But yeah, that's the one thing I wanted to talk about a little bit. The other thing I wanted to talk about is to get you another review out there. I finally been playing with the Plume Veil, so we're going to talk about the Plume Veil today. So we'll take that apart, and yeah, let's dive right into it. No, stay up there. Alright, so the Plume Veil. As I'm talking about this, I still haven't even decided my full review on this. To sum it up, it's one of those devices that won't be my go-to device, but it'll be there. I feel like it'll be one of those devices that's like, man, I want to change it up. What do I use from up there? And I'm just going to be like, oh, the Plume Veil's up there. It's one of those devices where I think it was so hyped up about that I'm disappointed a little bit. Alright, before we skip ahead to that part, you guys have probably heard about the Plume Veil. You guys have probably seen reviews about the Plume Veil. I am late to the party on that. However, the reason I hadn't is because the Orchid had taken up almost all my vape time, and then the big dripper came in, and I thought that was more important. And matter of fact, if I hadn't done it today, the Sigelli comes in today, so at least according to UPS tracking, so it probably would have got pushed back again. And I don't really regret it at the moment. Let's go back to the beginning though. This device was purchased on, I believe, eBay. I think I got it for around $17. I had an issue with the first one. It came in with the special drip tip, which I don't even think I have because it was pretty useless. No, I don't think I have it anymore. I think I either gave it away or sold it. It was one of those drip tips that had the airflow control on the drip tip. However, it didn't work at all whatsoever. It was extremely loose and constantly fell out. No, I don't seem to have it. I thought I did, but I guess I didn't. I think this is another drip tip. Yeah. Oh, and here was the second one they sent with me. It just has the Plume Veil symbol on there. Anyways, it's an interesting character. If you haven't noticed by the clouds or by the noise that it makes, there is a heavy amount of airflow on this device. And with that comes a very small amount of throw hit. Mind you, that is 12 milligram at max of the 30 watts on here with the 0.9 build. Yeah, not very strong. I could probably inhale that all day long, whereas this guy not so much. Vulcan's one of those RDAs that I just keep coming back to. But yeah, so the Plume Veil, a couple things right off the bat. The first one they sent out to me, I talked about this in previous videos if you haven't heard already. There was an issue with the screws all being stripped. I thought I was going to have to ship it out. They said, no, we'll just send you a brand new one. I said, well, I just need the screws. They said, no, we'll send you a whole brand new one. So I said, okay, you know, cool, whatever. I'm not going to complain about that. I ended up selling the broken one to a buddy of mine who wanted it. So he said he could fix it. Hey, fall out, go have some fun with it, whatever. So I don't have the old one. I just have the new one. It has been known for massive flavor and massive airflow. It was in Rip Trippers and a couple other people's videos for as their top go-to dripper, etc., etc., etc. It's very easy to fill, very easy system to build. This is a regular 4-post design with holes for each post. Your very basic stuff. We'll dive into that when we get up and close. The flavor on it is, for a lack of a better word, let's just use lacking. It is lacking. I personally, in my opinion, think the clone does not live up to the hype. Let's get that off my chest right away. It's hard to tell because most of the other reviewers had the authentic, so I don't know whether it's the Plume Veil in general or the clone that has let me down. So then your next statement would probably be, why don't you just close off the airflow? And yeah, we can do that. All we have to do is take a little simple twist to the top, seal off the airflow a little bit. But unfortunately, all that does is make it a little bit hotter, and the flavor is still lacking compared to something like the Vulcan, Magma, anything like that device. The flavor isn't what I thought it was going to be after all the talk. Now, we'll go ahead and pull this device off, and I can show you guys it a little bit closer here. Zoom up there a little bit. Now, the device itself is very cool looking. We've got an airflow there, we've got an airflow here, you've got airflow on the sides, and you have airflow on the top, though I hope it doesn't kind of drop out. Hopefully you can see that right there. We've got 2 airflow holes on the top. Those are very simple to use. You just twist it to loosen it and to the right to tighten it. That will seal up the air holes a little bit more on the top. Now it's supposed to come with a drip tip that also has airflow in here. Why you would need that much airflow, I really don't know. I think this thing is airy as hell as it is, but hey, that's just my opinion. I'm here for the flavor, for that nicotine hit, especially when you hang around a lot of smokers. You want that nicotine little hit, that little buzz. I don't do this just for airflow and cloud competitions. So maybe for somebody who's looking for that, that's why you would need that much airflow. I'll tell you one thing, it does piss off the wife when I blow clouds during watching TV. Does a good job of that. Go ahead and break this apart for you. Okay, so a couple simple pieces. We'll take the top off. That's what it looks like. Okay, the top cap has the 3 split here, so you can use it in single or dual coil, your choice. Obviously you would leave the one side open, or you can have the dual. There's the one side, and then you have nothing on the back, or you have the dual side right there. Makes sense, common sense, hopefully. Your airflow control system, very simple. Okay, you've got this is hard to see because it's black. You got the 3 holes there, and they're going to line up on the base to provide more airflow coming underneath the coil, and then you have your normal airflow control, which is right there. Okay, very simple, very basic. I'm not sure what this is made out of. It feels like really thin steel, kind of cheapy. And here is your build deck. Now you're going to see those holes on the side. Hopefully you can make those out in the light. Those are your 3 holes on the side that come underneath. You don't want to be blocking those, but of course they're blocked right now. Why? Because I don't really need that airflow from the side. I don't need any more airflow than I already have. So I don't really care about blocking those. You're going to see your standard 4 posts right there. Pretty basic. I build with the one on the outside and then move it all the way to the 3rd post, so that way the coil sits in the center as much as possible. I don't think you're going to get a connection right now because it's not screwed in all the way. Very, very juicy. She's firing, probably should be fired around 40 watts, but not a big deal. Personally, I could play with it on my IPV and kick it up a little bit if I wanted to. The interesting thing about this is I vaped it like this a couple times. I thought I'd drip tip because this Delrin piece up here does not really get hot, which is really cool. You don't have to worry about metal drip tips getting really hot on you. At least I personally haven't had that situation, of course. I mean, that could be different for someone else. The problem with the clone is sometimes you get one thing and another person gets another, so. Now with those side holes closed off, you do get a much better flavor hit. You get a little bit of a lung hit then on that. I can tell you, I can actually taste the nicotine or get that nicotine sensation in my throat. Whereas when I have everything fully opened up, it is, you know, a lot different, in my opinion. This is a big bore drip tip on here as well, but it hasn't really made a difference with what drip tip I've used. They just get hotter depending on what the material is. This is palm, so I don't have to really worry about it getting hot. What else is there to show you on this device? So this Delrin piece screws in and out. You can screw it. It's hard to do with my fingers. I'd have to get pliers. But you can screw it down to force this piece down here. And what it does is it keeps it hotter in there, restricts the airflow and whatnot. Right now I've got it pretty much all the way up, just because it's easier to keep up there. So that's how I've kind of left it. Haven't really played with that too much. I've tried multiple builds in here with multiple juices. Everything kind of comes out the same to me. I'm not going to rebuild it again, because if you haven't seen a standard 4-post design, go to my previous videos, I've pretty much tore these apart and showed you how to do these. If there's something new, I'll build it for you, but if it's something basic like this, I'm not going to rebuild it. Drip well, it looks rather large. I'm actually going to take it apart again. It's a pretty wide deck compared to some of the other RDAs reviewed, like the Quasar and whatnot. You can see it's something pretty damn close to like the Caterpillar, where we don't have that really small deck and that huge wide base. It actually is pretty much full size of what it looks like, which is cool. However, the doesn't not seem to hold that much juice. I've had issues with it holding juice the entire time. If I put any more than eight or nine drops in there, I get flooding. So this guy is messy, very messy with me. Again, that could just be me. God knows I like to get some of the bad versions of the clones sometimes. So it could just be me. Who knows? Make sure the screws are down tight. I haven't had an issue with these screws backing out. The regular standard Phillips, no issues on that. And then overall, it looks just like a good device. I mean, overall, the looks on it are awesome. I love the way it looks on my Hannah clone. The Sigelli I've got coming in today, I believe I ordered silver, so might not look as cool, but since most of my RDAs are silver, I went with that. Take one more hit. My friends get a kick out of it because it does blow such huge clouds. But when you compare it to the throat hit and the lung hit and the flavor you get in the Vulcan, maybe. Oh, that's a throat hit. That's a lung hit. That's what I'm looking for. Now you can see the vapor production, not even close. The small holes in the Vulcan are not going to compete with the Plume Veil. The Plume Veil is a cloud producer. What I compare it to, probably the 454 Big Block, which I did a review a couple months ago. The Big Block had the flavor plus the clouds, in my opinion. I thought the Big Block did a much better job, which I have one right here, better job of producing both flavor and the clouds. This device, at least the clone, has not done it for me. I think it's okay. I don't think it's spectacular. I don't think it's great. I think it's okay. I think it's a device that if you're looking to cloud chase is going to be fantastic and you want that little bit of flavor. It's a cool little device just for that. However, if you're looking to, you're a flavor chaser and you're still trying to get that throat hit, and it's a year later and I'm still looking for that throat hit sometimes, especially when you're drinking. That's the biggest thing I try to find is a good rebuildable atomizer that's good for drinking. When you're drinking, you up the nicotine a little bit, you get that little buzz. It's great, especially, bring up the poker reference again. Playing poker, playing some cards, you want that throat hit, cloud up the room. I go with the Vulcan. That's the thing. That's one of those that sits up on there with the 20 other, rebuildable atomizers, and I go, I want my Vulcan right now. So, not drink coffee. That's what I can say about the Plume Veil. Overall, would I purchase it again? Probably not. It's not my cup of tea for those looking for a cloud chasing device, or just looking to blow some clouds, and maybe you're using 3 milligram and you really don't care about the huge throat hit or anything like that. Mind you, that juice I'm vaping is it's not 100% VG. This is a little 6 milligram device. It's good stuff, but not the flavor profile I'm looking for compared to something like the Vulcan. So overall, I'd give it like a 7 out of 10. Definitely could do better. But yeah, that's my take on the Plume Veil. A device that is cool and it's almost there, but it's not where it needs to be. At least the clone, obviously. If I'm going to use a device all day, we'll screw on back to the trusty Orchid. Got some Starbucks in there. Some good stuff. Okay, anything else I want to talk about? We got the Plume Veil, we got the Gelly on the way. A couple things. Somebody mentioned the E-Leaf. Somebody wanted to see a review on, what's their new RTA? The Limo. The Limo, ordered that. Should be here sometime next week, so then give me a couple weeks to play with it, and then I will send you a review. If I really, really love it, I will move it up ahead. I'm doing a big mass order for clones, and then we will have some stuff on the chopping block to talk about. As of right now, I'm kind of reviewed out. I finally caught up to pretty much everything that I had, so I guess it's time to play with some stuff. Melon Man, I think your name was Bill, but I don't want to be 100%. Hopefully you received your juice and everything by now. I think I sent like 6 bottles out or something. Let's put it this way, my little stash is a lot smaller than it used to be. You've pretty much gotten most of everything I had, so hopefully you enjoy it. Matter of fact, I can start moving some juice down there because the stash is completely empty. Doesn't mean I'm out of juice. Matter of fact, I was a little last week, so I went crazy and bought about 13 different bottles. So again, I hope you enjoy it, man. I appreciate you watching, and you seem to have been here for quite a while, so I appreciate it. Thank you for reviewing or subscribing. What else? Oh, I do plan on doing a dripper giveaway. I know we talked about it 300 times, but I've got a 454 big block that's never even been used. Hopefully I can hold it open here. Everything is still in there. I've never even opened it. Oh, I've never even used it. It's been opened to make sure all the contents were in there, but otherwise it's pretty much untouched. So, yeah, right here. Hopefully we hit that 200,000 subscribers. We're over 150 again. I mean, this is just crazy. It goes up about 10 every week. Never planned on it getting this big. So hopefully we will give this away around 200. It's just sitting here, and I hope somebody else can use it, and maybe it'll be the first rebuildable atomizer. Maybe they've seen the review and they know they can build on it. Whoever it is, hopefully this can help you out. So that's what I want to do is spread the word. So had a couple questions and comments over the last couple weeks. Somebody was talking about Craft Vapory and Zodist. Real quick, Craft Vapory and Zodist are my two favorites for the deliver services. I've stuck personally with Zodist because they fit my flavor profile. They have been spot on. That's why I can't wait to try these juices. Just by looking at them, I can tell most of them look like fruit juices, which is what I vape. They hit my flavor profile. Unfortunately, Craft Vapory, even after I changed my flavor profile twice, was not on par. I also had, I probably shouldn't talk about this, but they gave me a hard time for unsubscribing. So any company that does that is looked down upon by me, so I will not sign back up. That's something that's just not going to happen, and that's something that happened to me. Probably doesn't happen to 90% of the people, but that's what happened to me. So yeah, that's a question on that. Somebody requested the Limo. Like I said, I'll order that. That's all ordered up for you guys. Wherever you guys are looking for reviews and builds, that I can help you out with. One thing I want to throw out there, somebody, if anybody's looking for an actual build, needs help building the device, if it's something I've covered in the videos in the past, I'm not going to go back and rebuild it again. However, if there's a method that's you're having a hard time building coils, or you're having a hard time doing something in particular, that there's something I can help you out with, I will try to make a video if multiple people are commenting about it. I've had a few people post, can you redo the Orchid rebuild or something like that. Guys, I'm not going to rebuild something I already did that's in a previous video. So please make sure you go back and check out that video if you have any questions. I think I've got like almost 40 videos lined up on the YouTube website now. So all you gotta do is click my name down below, click it. That's about it. That's all I got for you guys. I'm going to go hang out and drink my coffee, watch some TV, watch some poker, and hopefully you guys enjoy your weekend off. I know I will. It's Lego PC. Peace.